Hey, this is Patrick Garrity. I decided I was going to make a little video about SANs and virtualization. Just a quick tidbit on how small businesses are really getting into this technology and why they are and how they're utilizing the technology. SAN storage, storage area networks, are something that traditionally have been used by larger companies. And a lot of times in the past they were used for really high performance large data stores and reliability. So organizations would purchase these big pieces of iron which would allow them to manage their data and their information. And so the technology was great if you're a larger company, but smaller companies traditionally could get by having a few servers and their information stored on those servers. So they didn't really look to these expensive in the past pieces of equipment. Well, nowadays virtualization has come along, and with that the SANs have come down to really make a great small business play. And a lot of my customers have moved to a SAN for a lot of different reasons, and it's kind of interesting to see how, you know, in the past it wouldn't be very affordable for these organizations or cost justifiable to really move to a SAN, but nowadays when you get the benefits of virtualization mixed with a storage area network, we can really simplify things. And we can also add some huge benefits. And the thing is companies like EMC have really come down to meet that small business requirement. So these SANs are almost at the same price level as high-end servers. So that's been a great thing. Storage area networks, really the main thing when we talk about small business is that I can consolidate several different servers' information down to one area. And in doing that, I can really manage and simplify my backups. I can make sure that the appropriate amount of disk is allocated for the proper resources. And then when we start talking about virtualization, whether it be Citrix, VMware, or Microsoft Hyper-V, the cool thing about it is we can start building some redundancy. So if a server fails, a physical server fails, we can turn it up on another server, and it's just going to grab that image off of that SAN, and it's ready to go. So you get a lot of redundancy. The other thing is there's some capabilities like snapshots and like backup to disk, which are extremely important when it comes to your backups. Backup to disk, the cool thing is now if I want to back up, I can back up in a very small time frame because I'm backing up my disk to other disks. So maybe on a separate tray, on my first tray I might have my production, on the second tray I might have a second set of servers in a different RAID group. And what I do is I back up to that environment. It's very quick because it's on the same SAN and it's using disks, so very quick transfers. And then what happens is once that's done, I have a very small window for my backup. So now I can back up to maybe tape or back up to somewhere else where I don't have to back up in an hour or two. Now maybe I have 10 hours of a window to back up to tape, and so my application doesn't have to be down during that time or suffer the performance of doing a backup. So that's a very important feature. The other thing is snapshots. Snapshots are pretty cool because let's say today I'm going to go and I'm going to make a configuration change on Exchange 2007. And it's a pretty big configuration change. Let's say it's a service pack. The nice thing is I can take a snapshot before I start that installation, and then maybe I'm going to start that installation, and once I start that installation, let's say it fails miserably. Just nothing's working, and the server's not even booting, whatever. I can literally go back, grab that snapshot, throw it back in my virtual environment. I'm good to go. I'm off. I don't have to go to a tape or to my I don't have to go to my tape, try and reload the tape and deal with that issue. So it's pretty cool technology. When we're designing these SANs, you know, there's performance things we need to do all the time. Something that we do for a little bit larger customers, maybe if you have 15 to 100, 200, however many servers, we might do a VMware capacity planner. It's not always necessary, but a lot of times, in order to make sure that performance is accommodated for on the SAN, we do these engagements up front with customers, and there's a charge for them when our organization, I work for a company called NetArcs, and that charge is basically for the engineer's time and to make sure the solution that's being designed is the correct design for what the customer needs. So we spend some time on checking some perf-mon information, collecting different data. These data sets, it's nice to have a week at minimum, but most of the time we like to do it over maybe a month's period. Maybe there's different peaks and valleys of performance on servers that might not happen this week but might happen next, maybe different times of the day, different days of the week, a lot of different things to consider. So certainly don't want to do those over holidays as well. But once we grab that information, then we can really tell, okay, what type of server performance is needed, so how many servers can we consolidate down to. So maybe we go from 8 servers to 2 servers. That's awesome. There's some things we want to plan for. What if one of those servers fails? We want to make sure there's capacity available on other servers for those virtual servers to turn on to. So yeah, that's something that certainly is exciting to do, but we don't always do that for customers. A lot of times customers come to us and they say, hey, I have 15 servers. They're low to mid utilization servers, and I just want a SAN. I want to start building a virtual environment and start migrating them over as we go. Well, in that instance, it's great to get maybe a low-end SAN, something like an EMC AX4 or an NX4. And what this allows you to do is this allows you to turn up that virtual environment and migrate things as you want to. And then as you need more and more performance, you can add additional DAEs on the SAN, an additional disk, or you can also add additional servers to your virtual cluster so that you have that performance on the front end with the processor and memory power. So that's all I wanted to talk about tonight. I didn't have any real agenda and just thought it'd be interesting to talk a little bit about what people are doing and how they're doing it. Hopefully it was helpful today. If you have any questions about some of those different technologies, feel free to hit me up. I've learned quite a bit in the past few years about these technologies, and have had a real fun time working with my customers on developing solutions for them. So my Facebook page is Patrick Garrity. You can find me. You can also get me at pgarrity.com. I'm sorry, pgarrity@netarcs.com. That's my email address. So look forward to hearing all your questions and any requests you guys have when it comes to SAN, storage, and virtualization. Take care.